हमारे कपड़ा इटली से आते हैं, कैसे लग रहे हैं हम?
Joining me is Kangana Ranaut. Kangana, thank you firstly for giving me time.
Thank you, Rohit.
Kangana, I want to say that all the interviews that I've seen and I've read, your interviews are never rehearsed. Actually go back and watch any of your interviews, or do you read them? And if you see interviews of any other actresses, do you see the difference in the two?
Yes, I do. I think I don't really I don't really plan that I see my interviews. It's not something that is planned. Like, I don't really like watching myself on screen or in my interviews. Yeah, it's very awkward feeling when you see yourself, and because it's yourself, and I don't know, there's even if you've said the right thing, even in your films you've done the right thing, you'd always want to change it. So I feel like just getting over just changing it around. I don't know, something like that I feel very awkward watching it, so I never watch it. But sometimes when I've read some of my interviews, I think they're a little bit more engaging, I'd say, than others, because you just, with others' interviews, I read the first line and the last line because it's so repetitive. Yeah. With mine, at least I go through, though I've only said it, but it just sounds a bit more natural, which I think is a nice thing, because even my interviews with my interviewers give me a lot of feedback as well, and scope to talk about many things, not just where you come from and what's your next film. I think there are a bunch of very intelligent people out there who talk about many things. It's just not womanhood or my take on many things, or very intellectual interviews. So I think people are very, very intelligent who I get to talk to, and I really enjoy them.
Okay. You're in a title role of a film. Many of your fans feel that you've made it. Do you think personally that you have made it?
Well, made it is a weird term, right? Sometimes you feel you have, and then you've done something. Other times you feel you haven't, right? The definition sometimes tends to change every coming day, different day. But I'd say that I do sometimes feel that I've made it, especially there comes a day, maybe a perfect shot or something, some life-changing moment that you feel you have sort of transcended your own limits and you've gone into something that you never thought you would. And I think that's the moment when you do feel that, wow, it's just been so worth it. But it changes, it'll change after a week, and you'll again feel like a loser, that, oh my god, I haven't done anything good in life.
You feel like a loser in some weeks?
Sometimes, yeah, you do feel like a loser. In Queen, there have been moments like that when I did feel that this movie has given me so much. And I did feel, see, right now people say that, what your expectations are, and right now I really don't have any expectations, because I've got so much more than I could have ever expected from this film, right? And since I started from Gangster, I remember people complimenting me for Metro and fashion and all these performances, but on like my own personal level and as an actor, I never felt I could go beyond Gangster, because that was such a landmark performance. And with my first film, I really felt like I'd done my last film as well, because I could never really go beyond it. With Queen, I feel like I've gone beyond 1,000 miles, and so it has given me so much more, and now it's just for people to enjoy. I have nothing more to gain from it. Yeah, so my karma with this film has kind of ended.
Right. For all those times when you feel you have made it, how do you look back? How difficult was it to make it where you have?
Well, like I said, it is not a feeling that stays. It's sort of fleeting feeling, right? Okay. And it does leave you a bit, sort of peaceful and sort of content, and that little thing does happen. But I'm not sure if I really look back and that sort of introspection really happened. I don't know.
Okay. Wait, coming to your character, people are also comparing this to your previous role in Tanu, Weds, Manu. How different are these two characters?
These two characters are very different. Like Tanu, I think Tanu is a girl who's very confident, and she's a bit manipulative. You know, she gets her way and she knows how to manipulate, especially men. She makes most of her looks and her charm and all of that. Where Queen, on the other hand, Rani, is sort of ignored. You know, like she'd be probably a sidekick next to Tanu. You know, someone who would always, bask in the glory of the most popular girl in high school, a girl like that. But she doesn't have any confidence, and she's definitely not a popular girl like Tanu. So these are two very different characters. She was overconfident, probably suffering from superior complex. This one is like, has no confidence and has inferior complex for sure, yeah.
Kangana, the perception is you must be getting many offers. In how many offers does a role come like that, where you're in a title role and you're on the posters? Are all these things important? Yeah.
I do get, like after Queen and Revolver Rani, I do get a lot of offers for playing a title role, but they aren't all as promising as these ones. Like they're just, so it can be, one has to be very careful because your responsibility becomes that much more, and especially if it's a story like Queen, where you're just following one protagonist, right? It's very difficult to watch anyone for 2.5 hours, right? Could be anyone, could be the greatest actor or the most stunning person on planet Earth, but it just gets too much of one person. That is also one very big thing has to be kept in mind, that it's not, and if it's repetitive, like if I do Tanu all over again, I've never done Tanu again, if you notice, or I've never, after Fashion I didn't do Dirty Picture because I feel that
you felt that you shouldn't repeat yourself.
I shouldn't repeat myself, because if a certain, I think that's why they say an actor has to keep reinventing her or himself, because I think if you expose a certain aspect of your personality and then you do a certain role, then why would anyone like to see you in the same role again?
True.
Like Revolver Run is another extreme. So Queen is there, but you know what happens is when a film does well, like if Queen is looking exciting now and people are liking the promos and all of that, so I'll get similar offers and people will come with almost same storyline, like same journey film they'll come with and things like that. So why would I do that,
Right. But a lot of actresses in your place would be like, that's a safe bet to just continue and become typecast at least for a year. You don't think that's a safe bet? Like, or you because you are experimenting, which is great.
No, it gets a bit repetitive. Like it's exciting to see me like a chameleon who has been Kaya, a superwoman, who's been a supermodel. It's nice to see, like as an audience, it's nice to see that girl in bellbots and like a supermodel who walks like a cat or a little panther on the runway, and then suddenly she can't even cross the road in Europe, So it's exciting to see what's going on. Like a viewer, for me, it's something so refreshing. But if I come up with again same trailer and same body language, same something, they'll be, oh, okay, she's just must be something.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Our multi-starers, you spoke about responsibility. Here, the responsibility is completely, mainly on you. But are multi-starers a safe bet? Is it just safe to just be a part of a commercial masala multi-starrer film?
Safe bet, as I don't know. There is no such thing. Like especially for me, like I've tried everything, and I think, I can't really tell what will work. You can never tell what will work, and one has to just do what they believe in and see how it's perceived and accepted or not accepted.
Right. Any recent film that you saw of an actress where you thought that, I could have done this as well? Do you get to watch some movies?
Yeah, I think Lutera was a really nice film.
Yeah, it was.
And I really liked what Sonakshi did, though she was really beautiful in her part and she's done full justice to the role. But as an actor, I felt I would have loved to do something like that.
Right. Okay. We are in 2014. Are we a male-dominated society and hence a male-dominated industry, or is just the film industry like that?
Well, it is in a way male-dominated society. I'd say that because most in working, if you see, most men are working, so obviously they are financially more independent than women, because they tend to work, and women tend to mostly get married and just take care of the house, so they aren't financially independent. So in that context, I'd say yes, somewhere they do take every call, and they do tend to make all the decisions.
Right. But do you see the trend changing in the industry, like your own role? Do you see that changing and women getting more opportunities, like what Vidya does, what you do?
Yeah, definitely. I think things are changing, and how in every other part and in every other field, if you see, women are sort of coming ahead, and they are being involved in, like in film industry, not many women used to work as ADs, or it's just or writers or DOP directors. So it's been I think the whole transformation has just started taking place in past 4 to 5 years, and it will take us a lot of time though, but it is, I think it's happening slowly.
Kangana, do you consider yourself as a star or as just an actor?
Well, this is a very nice question that you asked. I've been thinking about it for a while now. That it is a bit intoxicating, this kind of attention that you get. You step out and people start to scream, and I've seen girls literally come out and hug me, like really hug me tight. Though it sometimes feels weird, that sometimes people they connect with you, and it's nice to connect with so many people, but it's still a very superficial thing. Like it doesn't do anything to you on a very human level. It doesn't change, or it doesn't add anything to your own life. Where I think where being an actor is so much more fulfilling. Like you do, what I said about Queen. After I finished Queen, I felt like I am such an evolved actor. It's my own journey has just come to a midpoint of my life. Like my life, the screenplay has come to a midpoint, right? And being a star is such a superficial thing. You wear a jacket, you wear shades, you wave your hand, and then what else you do, right? So I consider myself an actor, because the journey, which is mine and only mine, and very personal to me, and very precious and important to me, in that journey, stardom or others, what others feel or don't feel about me doesn't really fit in anywhere.
Right. But like you said, someone comes and hugs you, you go to other places like Dubai and even other places where you have fans. How difficult it is to not get carried away by all this?
Well,
it's easy to get carried away, isn't it?
It is easy. In fact, it can, at a very young age, it can make you believe in things that actually aren't true, right? Like you might just get confused about the fact, why are you loved, right? You might just get confused about your own personality and perception. Where is it coming from? Is it a certain role, certain lighting that DOP did, certain dress that clicked, or is it me that I did that? It's very confusing, and it can confuse you as a person, but so much, obviously, like I said, it is intoxicating, and one has to be a bit more mature not to get carried away, and to have a certain reality check of the situation, because in my case, I don't really enjoy it. Like, I'm not a person who really enjoy being, just kind of...
You do escape from home and different after.
Yes, I don't enjoy it, but I do understand why few people can get addicted to that kind of attention, especially if you do have some problem, some sort of self-acceptance issues, which I never had, but most people, like 80% of us do. Like 20% of us don't. I am out of those 20%, so I don't really find any high or any rush when people scream my name.
Sure.
It doesn't change my own image in my own mind. It just stays the same.
You can just enjoy the moment and move on.
I don't even enjoy it. I think it's waste of time for everyone. Like everyone is wasting their time in that scenario. They aren't letting me go where I have to go, and they aren't moving on with their plans. So
and they
it's
are
just
not going where they have to go.
Yes, and they are supposed to go, and there is a little mob. It's a waste of time, I feel. But for others, I do understand why it can be a purpose to live.
Right. You know, one thing in your career that you could have changed, one big decision that you took that you think you could have done differently and changed.
Well, many things actually. Many things. When you look back, you like to believe that I wish I was always this person. I wish I was always this mature girl and never, a teenager who.
Professionally, one thing, a film or something.
I would have changed my film, the film which I got launched with, Gangster. I would have kept it for the last because at 17 I played a mother of a kid and a drunk, alcoholic, neurotic, homeless.
No, but it was a great launch.
At 17, you know what, I think that was just too intense a role, and it took me 7 years to really get roles like Queen, which actually takes
you out from the.
If that was like class 1, I haven't moved on to class 2. Like, I'm not talking about as like I said, the stardom thing must have grown over the time, but for me, I haven't gone to class 2.
Okay.
So for me, like with Queen and Revolver, now I'm in class 2, class 3.
Okay.
So it took me a lot of time. But the Gangster was such a wrong thing to do. As your first film, when you're 17, when you should be exploring comedy and thrillers and more genres.
Many would say that was just a brave step. So before we go, we'd like to tell your fans what next.
After Queen, you'll see me in Revolver Rani, and then I'm starting Tanu Manu Part 2, where you'll see me in double role.
Great, lots to look forward to. Keep entertaining us like that, Kangana. Thank you so much for talking to us.